Imagine a world with no war, no crime, and no injustice for 1,000 years. The Bible promises it's coming. This is what life will be like during the Millennial Kingdom of Christ. For all of human history, our story has been one of conflict, suffering, and the elusive quest for utopia. We have tried to build perfect societies through politics, through technology, through philosophy, but every attempt has crumbled under the weight of our own flawed nature. War, poverty, and injustice seem to be permanent features of the human condition. But the Bible makes a breathtaking promise. History does not end in failure. It does not end with the horrors of the tribulation or the final battle of Armageddon. It ends in victory. After the return of Jesus Christ, He will establish a literal, physical kingdom on this earth, a reign of perfect peace and justice that will last for 1,000 years. This is the Millennial Kingdom, and it is the fulfillment of God's promise to redeem and restore the world He created. The transition into this era will be dramatic. Following the Battle of Armageddon, the first and most crucial event is the binding of Satan. The Apostle John, in Revelation chapter 20, describes seeing an angel come down from heaven holding the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain. He seizes the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and binds him for 1,000 years. He is cast into the abyss, which is then shut and sealed over him, so that he could not deceive the nations any longer until the 1,000 years were finished. This single act fundamentally changes the nature of reality on earth. For the first time since the Garden of Eden, humanity will live in a world without the active, deceiving influence of the devil. The constant spiritual pressure, the whispering temptations, the orchestration of global conflict, all of it will cease. This creates the perfect environment for the reign of Christ. The government of this kingdom will be an absolute benevolent theocracy, with Jesus Christ Himself ruling as King of Kings from a throne in Jerusalem. The prophet Isaiah gives us a beautiful picture of this reign, stating, "Of the increase of His government and of peace there will be no end, upon the throne of David and over His kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and justice from that time forward, even forever." The resurrected saints of the church age, along with the resurrected tribulation martyrs, will rule and reign with Him, serving as judges, administrators, and co-heirs of this global kingdom. Justice will be swift and perfect. There will be no corrupt courts, no delayed sentences, no legal loopholes. The prophet Zechariah states that all nations will be required to come to Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and that those who refuse will be punished. Righteousness will be the law of the land, enforced directly by the King himself. Life for the inhabitants of the earth, those who survived the tribulation and were granted entrance into the kingdom, will be radically transformed. One of the most profound changes will be the removal of the curse from nature. The Apostle Paul wrote that all of creation groans, waiting to be set free from its bondage to decay. During the millennium, that liberation happens. Isaiah chapter 35 paints a vivid picture. "The desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose, for waters shall burst forth in the wilderness and streams in the desert." The very climate and geography of the earth will be healed. Animal life will also be transformed. The predatory nature we see today will be gone. In one of the most famous millennial passages, Isaiah says, "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox." The fear that exists between man and beast, and between the beasts themselves, will be removed. It will be a return to the shalom, the perfect peace of the Garden of Eden. Human society will also change dramatically. With Christ ruling and Satan bound, peace will be universal. The prophet Micah foretells that nations shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. The massive resources we currently pour into military spending and conflict will be redirected toward productive, creative, and peaceful pursuits. Human longevity will be restored to what it was in the early days of history. Isaiah prophesies that a person who dies at 100 years old will be thought a mere youth. This suggests a world of incredible health and vitality, free from the diseases and decay that plague us today. It will be a time of unparalleled prosperity and joy. But the Millennial Kingdom is not heaven. It is a transitional period, the final stage of human history before the eternal state. The people who enter the kingdom in their natural bodies will still have their sinful nature, even without Satan to tempt them. They will marry and have children, and these children will be born with the same fallen nature as every human since Adam. They will grow up in a perfect world, with a perfect king, and yet they will still have to make a personal choice to love and obey him. This reality leads to the final, strange, and sobering event of the Millennial Kingdom. After the 1,000 years are over, the Bible says that Satan will be released from his prison for a short time. He will go out to deceive the nations in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them for battle. The number of them is like the sand of the sea. It is a shocking turn of events. After a millennium of perfect peace and righteousness under the direct rule of Christ, a massive portion of humanity will choose to rebel the moment they are given the opportunity. This final rebellion is the ultimate proof of human depravity. It proves that the problem of evil is not in our environment, our education, or our government. The problem is in the human heart itself. Even in a perfect world, a fallen heart will choose to rebel against a perfect God. The rebellion is short-lived. As the armies of the world surround Jerusalem, fire comes down from heaven and devours them. The devil who deceived them is thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown, to be tormented day and night forever and ever. This marks the definitive end of evil in God's creation. Following this final judgment, the great white throne judgment will occur, and then God will create a new heaven and a new earth, the eternal state. The Millennial Kingdom serves as the final object lesson of history. It demonstrates what the world would be like under a perfect ruler, and it proves that even that is not enough to change the rebellious human heart. It is the ultimate vindication of God's character, showing his justice, his goodness, and the necessity of salvation, not just from a bad environment, but from our own fallen nature. It is the beautiful, triumphant, and necessary penultimate chapter in the story of redemption. If you find the Bible's vision for the future to be a source of profound hope, consider subscribing to our channel as we continue to unpack the details of God's sovereign plan.